We got the men. What do you think?
Oh God, here we go. I mean, we got the two big men, the two big teams. I mean, this is setting up perfectly for us, isn't it, Lee?
You got the battle of the bigs. You got Zach Edey versus Donovan Clingan. But you know what? The most unique thing about these big guys, they don't foul. They move their feet. They do get shots deflected. They do change what goes on around the basket, but they don't commit fouls. Neither of these guys has been in foul trouble all of March Madness. I think the game is not just going to be about what Zach does to Donovan. I think the real aspect of the game is what the guys in the backcourt do. Stephon Castle is having a phenomenal run for UConn, and he's a legitimate freshman. I mean, he is a big guard who plays almost like a power forward. He's been unbelievably impressive. And in terms of Purdue, a little bit streaky in the 3-point area, but they shoot 40% from the arc. They need Braden Smith and Lance Jones to hit threes to make this an explosive game. If they don't hit threes, and the last time they didn't hit threes, and Purdue, might have a tough time because UConn just runs wave after wave of guys at you, and UConn's just deep. And UConn is 25-1 since January, and there's no doubt that coach Dan Hurley coaches on the edge. He's a passion play,
Yeah,
but
he is.
Matt Painter's done a phenomenal job in terms of adjustments and going to different guys to get the job done. So I think it's going to be a great game. I do think the guards play a huge role as to who's going to win this tonight. And John Riley says,
I think it's interesting how you said how the big men don't commit fouls. And I noticed that a lot with Jaden Ledee with San Diego State this year, that they're well coached. These coaches know how to keep their big men vertical without leaning their arms over and just to make the shot difficult. They don't necessarily need to stuff the guy every time. So I think it's remarkable, the coaching here. I like Purdue in this game. I like Lawyer out there hitting the threes. I think this is Purdue's year.
could be. And they've been to the Final Four 3 times in its history. It's the best team I think they've ever had. And these are two really great coaches. Okay, so that's March Madness. We got one other